As Annie said, my 1 year anniversary with Beachbody was on Saturday. I came on board as a discount coach. I had no idea that I would actually want to coach. I just was kind of doing my own thing, and I was drinking Shakeology and buying every new program as it came out. So it just made sense for me to buy the challenge or buy the coaching opportunity. I had not bought a challenge pack, so I paid the fee and went on my way, and I did not do anything with coaching and trying to earn an income from it until I went to Summit. But before that, I had been posting actively on Facebook. So I had been posting my journey on Facebook. I had been posting when I started a new program and asking for people to hold me accountable. I had been hosting live workouts through Zoom for free at like 8 o'clock at night after my daughter was going to bed. So we would put her to bed, mad dash to the computer and press play. And I started off with like 4 or 5 people who were interested who would join me. And then on certain days, I would have over 20 people. Over the weekends, people came out of the woodwork like, oh my gosh, I want to try that program with you. So I would do a 21-day fix workout because with Zoom, sometimes the bandwidth doesn't move quickly. And so if you were going to do quarter force, it would be a little challenging for people to follow you. But with 21-day fix, it made it a little bit easier for people to follow my moves if they couldn't see Autumn well. So almost 3 to 4 days a week, I started hosting these free workouts at night. Was not convenient for me because I was doing doubles, and it wasn't convenient for my family because as soon as bedtime was, settled, I went right into, workout mode again. And I would work out. I would talk to the girls when they were done. I would give them helpful hints like next time, try to increase your weights. Try to give it your all. We're all in these small little boxes. So they figured out very quickly, like, I'm not judging them. I cannot barely see them. I'm struggling myself. But slowly but surely, people were like, I think I'm going to buy that. Now, I knew nothing about selling challenge packs. So I only knew at that point that they needed to go into the system and order the DVDs. Like, duh, poor me. Could have been selling challenge packs and I wasn't. But that's okay. I slowly started this not a like page, but a free Facebook group because the communication to say when the workouts were going to happen was a little aggressive over private message because you have like 20 people in a private message and it's annoying. So I would post during the day, I'm doing an 8 o'clock workout, say like or comment below if you're going to join me. And that's kind of how my page started. So those individuals were in the group. And then I just said, like, if you're working out on your own, please post, let us know so we can stay motivated. A year later, there's over 150 people in the group. And on average, about 35 of them are posting every single day. So the feed is substantial. It's sometimes difficult to keep up with, especially because it's not my challenge group. It's my free group. So what happens is now during the invite process, when I'm friending new people on Facebook and they're saying, because I've been consistently posting not only my journey, but me doing coaching and a lot about what everyday life for a year, when they go in, new people, and they see my Facebook and they're like, who is this chick who just friended me? They can see like, oh, she clearly works for Beachbody. She's drinking shakes. She's working out. And then they say stuff like, I do my transformation often enough that like after you've friended 100 people, you should probably repost your transformation so those new 100 people see that. And then when I send my follow-up private messages to them, just saying like, thanks for accepting my friend request. Mine's a little bit funny because I'm always like, I think it's really creepy when you get a friend request from somebody you don't know. And I'm not that creep. So I just wanted to say hi and Happy New Year. And I just try to make it funny because that's who I am anyway. And a lot of them do reply and say like, I just noticed on your page, like what an incredible journey. It's very inspiring. And so that's how I get them back into my free group. So I'm like, if you're working out on a regular basis, we would love to have you as part of our free support group and encouragement group. The more you post, the more days you post. Every day that you post, your name gets entered into win really cool prizes. And I do give really cool prizes away, and I always have since the beginning, because this is an investment into my own business. So you kind of got to put out a little bit in order to get something back. In the beginning, I was giving away, yoga pants. And then slowly but surely, I still do, but I give more Beachbody products away. I find that people want Beachbody products, and it's fun for them to get them, and then they can brag about them and be like, look what my coach just sent me. So once they're in my free group, and there's a lot of them, they're not all buying Beachbody products. Some of them are on isogenics. Some of them are doing their own workouts. I don't care. I've always been the person who said, whatever works for you, and we will support you unconditionally. So when they post and it's not Beachbody related, that doesn't bother me. I still build them up. I'm still like, you go, girl, it's awesome. Because eventually, of them seeing all these people drinking their shakes and all these people losing all this weight and losing all their inches, they're like, okay, tell me a little bit more about this program. And that's how I get them into my challenge group. Okay, well, I'm starting a challenge group, and I only do challenge groups in the My Challenge Tracker. I do not do them on Facebook at all. And I'm like, all right, I'm doing a new challenge. Do you want to be part of the challenge group? You get Shakeology for free for the first month. You get the portion control containers you see I'm constantly using. You get all this extra stuff, which all of you guys already know what you get. And then I kind of go through it with them. I help them pick a program if they like one that they've seen in the challenge group or in the free group on Facebook. Then I send them the promo video from the sales stuff, and I just talk them briefly through it. And then next thing you know, they're in the challenge group. And so I know Annie wanted me to talk briefly about how then I eventually get them to become a coach. And so the process of this was difficult for me in the beginning, because I just assumed everybody would want to be a discount. Why would you not want to get the discount? It doesn't make any sense to me why you would want to pay 25% more. I actually get more objections about the discount coach than I actually get about buying a challenge pack. But what I do is I just wait. And if they have bought Shakeology after the first month, I say okay, you can get a discount for this. Here's the breakdown of the discount. Let me know if you're interested. I don't push it the first month. If they then buy it a second month, I basically tell them they're wasting their money. Don't waste your money. You bought a challenge pack, the enrollment's free, because now I try not to sell anything but challenge packs for this very reason. And then, let's get you the discount. You don't have to do anything. If you have people who want to buy things, you make the 25% off of them. I don't want your money. But in the meantime, you're saving 25%. And then, so since that process has started, I have had coaches come to me who have seen my process of becoming a coach and being successful with it and saying, okay, talk to me more about this. And I haven't pushed it on anyone. I have never asked anybody to sell a thing. If they want to, great. If they don't want to and they just want to do the discount, or they just want to make some money off of their friends and family, fine. But through learning the process on my end, I'm teaching them this is what you could be doing if you wanted to earn an income from this. So that's kind of my story.
Cool. I had a couple of questions, if you don't mind. So the first one is, can you share a little bit about what you're posting on your wall on a daily basis? Just some of Beachbody family, things like that. So when, you said, you're friending people, so you are going out and you're just sending out friend requests to friends of friends. It doesn't matter. You're sort of looking at the person. If they connect with you, then you send out friend requests. So how many people are you adding to your Facebook page a day? And then what are you posting on your wall to show them who you are?
Great questions. Every day I try to post at least a minimum of one Beachbody related post. So whether it's me working out or me on the struggle bus, sweating it out. One of the things I learned very early in training was people really don't give a shit that you're working out again. Excuse my mouth. Everybody knows in my Facebook group that I'm working out almost every day. They know it because they know me at this point. So me showing that I'm working out means nothing to them because I'm not hitting them on a level that they can relate to. So I try to post with a purpose. I try to post about my family because I get more likes about my family posts than I get about anything. So that whether like yesterday we were active, we went for a hike, and then I came home and I worked out. To me, it was more important to post the pictures of us hiking than it was about me working out because most people already know that that workout's probably happening, but they don't know that we're also active as a family. So I try to post a Beachbody one. You know, when I went to Summit, they said like some of the ones that you could post on Monday and on Tuesday, like Transformation Tuesday is the simplest thing. Like it's the easiest thing to post that you can touch the most people in your Facebook friends with. And you can find them everywhere. Last week, if you scroll on my Facebook page, mine is from Team Beachbody. I just looked up the person who had the weight loss in the week, and I was copied and pasted and changed out some stuff, tried not to spend too much time on it, and moved on. So I post personal things almost every day if I can. I use Time Hop, so there's a lot in my Time Hop that I like to post because a year ago I was doing this, but also a year ago my family was younger, or we were buying things or changing things or doing home renovations. So I try to stay pretty relevant and not so businessy on my page. I try not to look like I'm selling a thing besides me. What was your other question?
And then I think you answered it. Yeah. So my question was how many friends are you adding and like where are you sort of finding them? Because I think that's something that people struggle with, but I think you kind of just do it very easily.
So, and I'm trying to teach my team this, and I just actually had dinner last week with one of my coaches, and I showed her like really quickly, me friending like 10 people in like the short, like 5 minutes we were talking about it. And meanwhile, she's like looking at her phone, like, I don't know her. And looking at her profile, I'm like, I don't care if I don't know them. We have 17 mutual friends. Why are you looking at their profile picture? Like, just friend, just keep going. So I don't try to friend a number a day. I try to friend 50 people a week. And I limited myself to 50 because I know that once I've friended 50 people and most of them have some sort of mutual friend at this point, they're probably likely to accept my friend request. And then next week I have to follow up with them. So if I friend 100 people, that's 100 people I have to send private messages to. And to me, that's overwhelming. I don't have time for that. So at this point, I've realized that 50 is a good balance for me, based on being proactive and planting the seed and then having to go back and water it. So 50 a week is what I'm doing right now.
And you're finding when you do the 50 that you're getting relatively like 40 people friend or accepting.
Yeah. So last week I friended 50 people and 39 of them accepted. And I had conversations with about 30 of them today. So here's how, and Patrick did a call about this and how to friend people. I started really simply. I looked through my friends' friends. I looked through my sister's friends and her colleagues. And my sister's a hairstylist, and she works with hundreds of women. So I friended everyone my sister worked with. Why would they decline me? That's your sister. Oh, your sister friended me on Facebook. And then I did that with my girlfriends. My one girlfriend works for a hospital. She's an ER nurse. I friended every ER nurse at that hospital that she's worked with and is friends with. They all accepted my friend request. Then what happened is now I have like 3 or 4 friends that work for that hospital. So I just continued to find people who worked at that hospital, and I friended all the people who worked at the hospital. So I don't spend a lot of time looking at people's profiles or finding out what they do. I pretty much try to do this in the quickest time that I have. I don't have a lot of time, so I try to do it at the bus stop when I go a little bit early to the bus stop, and then I spend the entire time just friending people. And I don't look at who's accepted my friend request until the following week. So I go back to recently added on my friends. I look and it shows you all of them who you've recently added, and then I send them the private message. So there's also other ways. I mean, Patrick did something about like looking for dogs or looking for this or looking for that. So far, what I feel like is once you start friending people, you start to have so many more mutual friends with people. If you friend them, more than likely, if you have 7 mutual friends, even though they don't know you, they're going to be like, well, I don't really know this girl, but we have 7 mutual friends. So maybe we'll bump into each other eventually.
That's awesome. So what would you say to like a new coach or a coach that said to you like, okay, I feel like sometimes people they spend too much time thinking about it. Like, so I think your attitude is just like, just do it.
Yeah.
How do you have that mentality? How would you help a new coach if they're like afraid?
If I spend a lot of time thinking about it, I'm probably not going to do it. So for me, I came in after I left Summit and I learned as much as I learned at Summit. I realized that if I had the attitude of caring what people thought about me or judging me, that I was not going to be successful, that I basically had to let all of that go. And, I've learned a lot in that process because I used to be that person who posted my transformation post and like was a sweat box for hours. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. And all these people are going to be judging me and I'm in my bathing suit and da da da. And like my attitude now is like, I don't care if those people are judging me because they're not coming from the place that I need them to be, and they're not going to be my potential client anyway. So judge away because I don't care. So you kind of have to change your mentality to not care, because when you start caring what people think about you, you're not doing your job correctly. I know it's hard because it was hard for me in the first couple months that I was doing it to post Beachbody related pictures because it felt salesy. And then I decided to change my post once Annie said post with a purpose. And then Bonnie, I don't know if anybody was on the call today, but I was at Super Saturday last weekend, and Bonnie said, she doesn't have any huge transformational Tuesday pictures of herself. She was always probably a pretty fit person. She just liked to work out. And what she said is, you don't need to have that, but you need to come from more of an Apple mentality versus a Mac, where you tell people something positive up front and then what they can get from that versus what you can get and for how much, and be less of a salesperson. So I think if you're new, and this is what I say to my new coaches, actually, I don't know who's on my team on this call, but one's new. And I said to her, she said, how do I get started? Post today. Start today. I started a program last month. I lost 11 pounds. So I decided to post and tell everybody about it. It's that simple. She lost 11 pounds. She already started her process of becoming a coach by telling people. Immediately when she posted her results, now you have to be doing a program, you have to be having results, or you have to be a product of the product, or it's not going to work. As soon as she posted that, people came out of the woodwork. What are you doing? How do I get it? Can you help me? And she's like, I don't even know how to sell. I don't even know how to sign people up. And people are calling me and people are private messaging me. And what do I do? And, Ashley said in one of her calls, like, that's your current market. And unless you grow that market, you're going to run out of friends quickly. Like, there's only a select few friends in your first 500 friends who are going to be like, yeah, I'm motivated. I want to do this. After you run out of them, like, what's left? It's going to be crickets. So you have to be proactive and continue to stay consistent in your posts so that, in another year, those people you friend today will be like, Beth's been doing this forever. I finally feel like I need help, and I'm going to ask her for help. So I would say start today, post, and post. Post about your food, post about your family, post about your workout, and don't make it look like you're working out again. Post something like, if anybody sees my post from today, I posted my bikini in front of my workout, me working out, because I did not want to work out, and never miss a Monday. I say it every Monday, but today I was not motivated. I have a child at home because it was Martin Luther King Day, and my computer was down, and I had an IT guy at my house, and it was just like a disaster, and now I have to work out. So I just tried to let people kind of laugh at me but also say, I'm still working out. I'm not missing a Monday.
I like that. Your bathing suit up there. Awesome. Okay, I have one more question, and then we can open it up to some other new coaches. So okay, let's talk about Summit, because I know that was like a huge turning point in your business. So how would you describe like how important Summit is and how it sort of like changed your mentality of what the business is from like when you went until like when you came home?
Okay. So one of the reasons I went to Summit, which only a select few people know, is I really needed a break for my family. So I was like, okay, I already was, getting some clientele from my free group. I might as well try to go to Summit so I can have a couple days break from my family who are driving me nuts. But what I got out of Summit was, people think it's expensive, but if you're going to own your own business, the overhead of that is nothing in comparison to buying a franchise. And it's nothing in comparison to starting your own business from scratch at home. It's a couple $100 and a couple $100 for your hotel stay. And I shared it with strangers because that is what worked for me to get a hotel room. And what I didn't realize is when I was going to the courses that I was signed up for, and I was only signed up by myself, which actually was probably in my benefit because I paid more attention. There's people who are making great money in this company who are telling you exactly how to run your company. They're telling you all the benefits, all the insides, all the outsides, all these great things they do for their support group. They tell you all the things they're doing for their challenge group. They teach you the insides and the outsides. And you couldn't, and the motivational speakers alone blew me away, but you cannot pay that little amount of money, those few $100s for that experience in corporate America. You can't. I mean, it just wouldn't happen. It would cost you an arm and a leg. I learned a lot. I took hundreds of pictures. So people put everything up on huge PowerPoints and big screens. And I was like this person who was taking these pictures. So like, I got to go back to this. I'm never going to write this fast enough. So I have to take this picture, take a quick note on my page that says like, look at, photo 1032 for that. And then what I did when I Summit, which I think was to why I've been successful since Summit, I've hit over 6 Club 10 since I've left Summit, is because I put all of what I learned in place. I learned a lot, and I came back, and I'm still going back to notes because I'm probably never going to run out of like things that I could be doing to grow my business. And I just put it into place very quickly. And I told everybody, I learned a lot, and I came here for you. I came here so I could be a better coach. So for me, I don't think it was a very large investment for what I got in return.
Right. So the biggest, like a lot of people go and they learn, there's, like you said, I mean, everything about this business on the national wake up call, people are telling you. You're basically telling us everything to do that has made you successful. You can YouTube things, you can go to Summit, you can do all of these things, our team calls. But if you don't, like you said, if you're not putting into action what you're learning and you're not getting over that fear, then that's kind of where people get stuck. It's like, get over the fear and move forward with everything that you learned. You can watch videos till you're blue in the face, but if you're not going to post that transformation photo or share that journey on your page or add those new people, then nothing is going to happen. Right. So I think that's why you're so successful, is because you made the commitment to go there, and yet you're really just putting into action, all the things that you're learning. And I think sometimes like you came into this as a discount coach, right?
Yes.
Right. So, I always say this to people is that a lot of people are going to come in as a discount coach. And even if you come into the business as a business coach, you're not going to learn anything until you're like learning it as you're going, as you're like moving through the process of starting your first challenge group, getting to Summit, getting your first coach, being scared crap, like shitless about how do you teach your first coach, maybe your first coach quits and then you have to get over that hurdle. Then you have your team of coaches. So like everything in this business is very much, it's not like you go to college for 4 years and you come out with a teaching degree and then you start teaching. This is like you're in it from day one going forward. So like you said, just start today is like one of the big things. So
and I would say that even today and every day during this journey of coaching, I have learned through making mistakes. And I think that has helped me be a better coach for my coaches and saying, I screwed up royally, like doing things the wrong way and trying to recreate the wheel and reinvent posts and copy and paste things that weren't authentic to who I am as a person. I've learned through doing them the wrong way, and you will. I mean, I don't think anybody could know, including you, Annie, who I love, could know everything about everything in this business. It's ever changing. Even with them doing the My Challenge tracker, they said at the summit, like, we're rolling this out. We want everyone to use this. Everybody was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm doing free Facebook groups. No, it's not going to happen. And I kind of was like, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to try it. And I'm going to try it with a select few people as like a test group. And I did that with Core to Force too. I did a test group first before I did a challenge group so that I could learn my challenge tracker, so I could learn Core to Force before I actually ask other people to do it with me as a challenge. So I tested out all of the new stuff, and we will continue to have to do that as Beachbody continues to get better and better. So we're just going to have to test them first with a small group of people and then roll them out to the rest of the Facebook population we have.
Mm-hmm. And you're very big on also picking one program and then going through the program, right? I'm just realizing this from looking at your posts and stuff. Is that right?
So it's yes. I can't, to me, it's hard for me to even wrap my head around, if you want to be a coach and you want to actively pursue coaching, how you couldn't be doing a program. So I pick a program. Right now I'm doing my second round of Core to Force, but I follow it from start to finish. And I have done this since I came on board with Beachbody products. So when I bought T25 off of an infomercial, I posted the T25 DVDs and was like, yikes, like, I'm going to do this. And I followed the program for 90 days, alpha, beta, gamma, the whole 9 yards. And then I posted my results on Facebook. This was way before coaching was even like on the radar. I've never bought a program and not followed through with it. I've bought it. I've done it. I might have sucked through some of them. I've taken my before pictures for everyone. I've taken my after pictures for everyone. And I do my measurements and I've sent them all in to the Beachbody Challenge, but I do them for the free support group too. There's nothing that I'm asking them to do that I'm not willing to do myself. So I am a current challenger in all my challenge groups. I post my food every single day. They know what I've had for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. My family would say that that's probably the pitfall because I spend time documenting for everyone else, but in the end, that's still the investment. The time is still an investment in them, and it holds me more accountable. I'm a better coach. I'm in better shape. And I'm able to tell people, like, when they say, like, what falls into the purple category, I can be like, because I know them all because I'm doing it myself.
Right. Right.
So yes, I have never bought a program and not followed through with it.
Right. So like, what did Bonnie say today? You're always in phase. Bonnie said today, you're always in phase one. Is that what she said?
Yeah,
like
she said that on
always be on phase one, no matter like when you came in as a coach. Like you always should be. The best thing you can possibly do if you don't know what to do is pick a program and start. Like day one, 21 day fix, day one. Like pick a Monday, start. That's kind of like what everyone has anyone can do, like a coach, customer.
And that proves, if you're going to do a program and you're going to follow it from start to finish, it proves how consistent you're going to be with yourself. So if you're not going to be consistent with yourself, it's very difficult to be consistent with other people who are looking to you to lead them.
Exactly. Cool. Just have a couple minutes for some other, they have a couple questions. So does anyone have a question for Beth? Regards to challenge groups, or you can, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Beth.
Hey, I don't know who it is.
I have a statement. I've been in some of Beth's challenge groups. She runs some kick-ass challenge groups.
Thanks, bud.
So one of my questions going back to friend requesting. So I developed kind of a rule. I go through my suggested friends, and I try to stay away from anyone who I have less than 10 mutual friends with. But so you don't spend any time like actually looking at their profile to see if there's some connection?
Honestly, no, I don't.
Okay.
And I think you're limiting yourself if you're waiting for 10 or more people to be mutual friends. Sometimes I see that I have one mutual friend and I still friend them. So mostly I'm looking at our mutual friends. That's the only thing I really pay attention to. One, because in coaching, and especially with being friends with so many coaches on Facebook, I tend to come across a lot of people who already are friends with coaches. Like say they're friends with you, or they're friends with Steve or Ashley or Annie. Like to me, I'm not trying to steal anybody's business, and they just see 17 body in their newsfeed either. So I do kind of tread lightly with that. I don't really friend people who are already friends with coaches, but otherwise, no. If I have one mutual friend with that person and I quickly look at their tiny little screen in my people you may know, and they look like, well, they're not in their 70s, and they're also not teenagers in college, then they probably fall within my realm. So I just friend them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I bend that rule sometimes, like, but I look at who the mutual friends are, and if I have, like, say, 3 mutual friends, and at least one of them is a really good friend, then I'll bend that rule. But if it's like 9 people, and those 9 people, I have no idea who they are really, except for me reaching out to them, then I might wait a little while and just leave them in there until they get over their threshold. So I find too, like when I do that, I get a very high rate of acceptance. It's like close, like 40-45%.
Okay. I would encourage you to not wait that long.
Okay, that's good advice.
I mean, even if I have one mutual friend with somebody, I typically friend them, and they 99% of the time accept my friend request.
I'm still amazed that sometimes it pops up in the suggested friends, and I'll have like 75. I'm like, where was this person last week?
Yeah, or none, or you have no mutual friends and they're there, and you're like, why are you there?
Yeah, that too. Thanks, Beth.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So you said that if they bought the Shakeology the second month, you tell them about a discount coach and you break down the money for them. Are you getting that information from the Beachbody site, or did you find it yourself? I'm still not comfortable with like the money part of it.
Okay, that's a great question. So I still write in paper, but I write down who bought the challenge pack on the day they bought it. And then a month later, when I'm in, say, February, I go back to that first week, I see who bought. I go into their account to see if, they've gotten, if you go to in the Coach Online office and you go to orders and customer orders, you'll see right away if they spent their money on Shakeology. So I make a quick note that they've ordered Shakeology again. And I've told them in the beginning that if they really enjoy Shakeology and they want to stay on track, which if they're planning on staying on track in 2017, they're going to want to have shakes part of their regimen at $4 a shake, that I can get it down for them as a discount to $2 a shake once they're on board, if they're still interested. So I lay the seed pretty early in the conversation, because a lot of people are like, it's $130 a month. Don't worry about that. If you still like it and you want to stay drinking it pretty regularly without delaying it, or even if you do delay it, I'll get you a discount. And because you're buying a challenge pack, the enrollment for that, I call it a preferred customer. And then once we're in conversations about it being discount coach, I say, I call it a preferred customer. Beachbody calls it a discount coach. And then by the second month, if they've ordered it again, I have that conversation with them again. And I just, my one coach, I don't know if she's on the call because she's got clients in the evening, but Stacy has this awesome picture with a breakdown, and I can send it to everybody. But she sent it to me the other day, and I'm like, I've never seen this. Maybe she created it herself. But it basically goes through what a challenge pack is, what Shakeology is by itself, what it is costing for you at club level, and what it is at a discount coach. And it's pretty clear as day that it's cheaper. So that's pretty much how those conversations start. But they start immediately during the challenge pack conversation. Like, here's everything. And then towards the end, when people are like, okay, how much is Shakeology going to be a month for me? I say it's $130, but we can get you a discount on it. So don't even worry about that.
Okay, great. And you'll send us that thing that you just talked about?
Yeah, there's a few of them out there. I know Annie talks a lot about finding images on Google, and I've been doing that a lot since she mentioned that. There's a ton on Google search images for Shakeology.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stacy's on the call or if Stacy did it herself, but she sent me one, and it's pretty good. Oh, she's on the call. I see her.
I'm here. I actually found it on Pinterest.
Okay. And there's a ton on Pinterest too.
Yeah, there are.
Okay, great. Thank you.
But Stacy's a new coach of mine, and she's on Success Club already on the board. But she's sending that to people almost immediately after they've bought their challenge pack to show them cost-effective ways to save money if they're going to stay on the shakes.
Question. Anyone else have another one? Yeah, on Google Images, a lot of this stuff I just type in like discount coach or like, anything, and I hit Google Images, and a lot of this, like, there's so much stuff on Google. All of the coaches' stuff, top coaches, all of their stuff is on Google Images or YouTube, but pictures, tons of stuff like Stacey said on Pinterest. And I think we also have a breakdown in one of the guides called Challenge Pack to Coach. Kind of gives you the breakdown of like the 25% discount. So I can post that too.
Really quick, I wanted to talk about the free support and encouragement group, since that's where I mostly put everyone in. That is where I spend the majority of my time. I tell Annie and everybody all the time, like, I'm never on Annie's like accountability list of people who posted in Team Boom, because I don't have enough time to be in my group, be in my challenge tracker, be in my test group, and also be in Team Boom most of the time. So I try to stay up on what's important and dabble, but because there's so many people posting in my free group, what I would like to do is be the best coach I can for them, whether they're ordering products from me or not. So I comment on almost every single thing that somebody posts. I like everything, but if somebody's working out and they post their picture or they're drinking their shake, I comment. To me, it's important for me to be engaged with them, or they're going to be like, I'm just posting. So I engage a lot. I comment on everything, and I do this in my challenge tracker too. So it's time consuming, hence why I'm never on the accountability page for Annie. But I am engaged with my groups so that they trust me. I post a lot of myself personally and stuff when in my life in those pages, what my workouts, my food, and all of that, so that I can build that trust that they need from somebody. They need somebody to look up to, and we say we're going to coach them, so we have to actually coach them. We can't just anticipate that they're going to do this, because most will fall off. So if you don't keep with them and keep up with them and keep encouraging them, I have my own accountability post each week, like Annie does, like Team Boom does, to hold those people accountable, to say, like, these people posted every day this week. If you didn't, that's okay, but I encourage you to do so, and then I reward them, and I do the same thing in my challenge tracker. So Annie was saying that I was going to talk about like how I gain their trust, and really it's from being a product of the product, not saying I'm going to work out and then don't post my workout, but also commenting on and encouraging their every time they post, because they look forward to that, just like we look forward to being on anybody on Team Boom stuff. You know, that makes us feel good, but it makes them feel good when you say you're going to coach them and you're actually coaching.
Totally. You're just being a challenger over and over again.
Yeah, every day.
And you're mostly just staying on Facebook. You don't use another platform. Is it just mostly Facebook?
I am only Facebook.
Okay.
So I dabbled in Instagram, and to be honest with you, I never did Instagram before, so I felt like I was repeating myself. I was on Instagram, then I was on Facebook, and then I was on Instagram, and it just worked better for me to find one platform that worked well for me. So I only post on Facebook and the challenge tracker, but as far as social media, it's just Facebook for me.
Okay, cool. Anyone have one last question? No? Okay. Well, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, I love following your journey on your page, and I think you're definitely a product of the product. So I know that's number one why you're so successful. So thank you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks, Beth.
absolutely. All right, should we end with boom on 3? I think everyone's unmuted. How do I work this way?
Yeah, they are.
They are? No. Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Good night, guys. Thanks for having
Good
me.
night. Thanks,
Night.
everyone.
I will post a recording in the group.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Beth.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.